Yo guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be talking about Arknights Endfield, my latest obsession. I have been living in the factory for a while. The factory must grow, guys, and I've been loving every minute of the grind, and it's just been one of the most fun experiences I've had in a while. I'm very much looking forward to making more Arknights Endfield content, and stay tuned to the channel if you want to see more stuff. But today we do have some news about the Endgame that they just released on Twitter. So they just posted about the Umbral Monument on Twitter and just kind of letting us know what we can expect and what it is. This is going to be your standard gotcha like tower system. So if you're familiar with Wuthering Waves or Genshin Impact, etc., those kind of games have a thing where you have a certain amount of time where you have to defeat the enemies on the floor or complete the objective kind of thing. And this is going to be that same kind of activity. However, there's a pretty big caveat that you should probably know. A lot of people have been spreading their resources more thinly, trying to make two teams. But at least from what we know from closed beta test 3, it does sound like there's only going to be a need for one team, at least for right now. Now, I imagine in the future, they'll probably expand this, but if you have been consolidating your resources into one team, good for you. If you've been spreading them a bit more, across your roster, you might want to start investing in one specific team so that way you can clear the content more easily. So if we click into this stuff, we should be able to see basically the way that it's going to work out is you do have to get to a certain part of the story and you have to be higher than authority level 30. Not very difficult for many of us playing if you've been playing very actively and stuff like that. But there is a normal and an agony mode. And so this is going to be an important thing to note too, is they do specifically say you can bring in tacticals into the combat for normal mode. However, tacticals are prohibited and cannot be used during the combat in agony mode. So, a lot of times in these kind of gacha games, a lot of groups do not run a healer, right? They'll run triple DPS or whatever. But I am expecting that at this one you might want to start building Ardelia or some kind of dedicated healer. Gilberta is currently on the banner, so that's an option too. Everyone got Ardelia for free, and so both of them should be able to help provide a little bit of defensive or healing kind of synergy for your team. Ember is also there, but I'm not really sure how much healing we're going to actually need, so I don't know if I would invest in her as your sole healer at this point, but I think it's going to be probably pretty good, at least for this first time around, to have a healer. Now, usually, like I said, these mechanics oftentimes end up being time related, and with it being time related, having a support that doesn't really improve your damage might not be the best thing. So it kind of depends on you. It depends on how much you're going to be perfect dodging and stuff like that. But do keep in mind that your other characters are on the field. And so if there is a lot of damage going out during these floors, you may need to heal during the encounter. So we'll have to get a better feel for this when it actually comes out. And then when it does come out, you guys can be sure that I'll be putting some more information up on the channel for you guys and let you guys know if I think it's realistic to run without a healer, etc. Hopefully we can come up with some cool team compositions and strats to take down the endgame challenge. Now, when it comes to the rewards for this, it looks like you can get some stuff for just clearing the stages. You get all these materials over here. So there's going to be materials you need for upgrading your operators. And then you can also get these medals for completing normal and agony mode. And then specifically, it calls out a different event within Umbral Monument called the Monumental Etching. And this is going to be a limited time event and reward system that does sound like this is where you're going to be getting your pull material. So I'm assuming the other stuff will be just from your base floors, and then after you complete those base floors, like in other games, you'll get access to the limited time version that will probably reset continuously after that. It says this will be updated regularly after each update. Rewards from the previous version can no longer be claimed. Please complete the challenges and claim your rewards in the time during the event period. But specifically, it calls out the normal mode version of this for earning all of your Oro Barrel rewards, which is that pull currency. But yeah, that does seem to be the case. So I don't know if there's going to be an agony version of this specific monumental etching. We'll have to wait and see. I'm excited to see when it actually comes out. We'll definitely be jumping into the game, and like I said, I'll be making videos and stuff like that, letting you guys know what I think of the difficulty and if you can run a healer, etc. Specifically though, guys, this material right here is going to be massive. If you don't know, you need this material for like upgrading your skills to the final level, and those seem to be actually pretty rare in the game right now. There's not really a ton of opportunity to get these. You do get a lot of them if you buy the premium version of the battle pass, or even the one that you can get with the gold material that you can get some of in the game. But overall, these seem to be fairly limited, so these are going to be something that you're going to want to get from this activity. And like I said, we'll be going over rewards and stuff like that when the activity actually comes out. We'll be covering everything that we can. If you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to let me know. Like the video down below if you guys like the video. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to comment down below. Hopefully myself or someone else will be able to answer them. And subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see more Arknights Endfield content coming soon. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.